way or a solution to just handle the Harley in the early stages of the game, because that is going to be the big fat problem that TNC will have to encounter as soon as the first turtle spawns.
Yeah, looking at this Badang pick also, Chakno's job later once he's level 4 and once they're both all fighting for major objectives could potentially just be save your second skill for the Harley so that you mess up James Banks' attempt at the retreat. Which, to be fair to them, is actually a good idea. By the way, lots of purifies across the board. 3mar, Lancey, Benny, Aqua, and Nova all have purifies on them.
And I know that we don't usually focus on the heart rates, but TNC is starting this off all with them past 100. It usually, you know, begins with them kind of chill, low cortisol whatsoever, whatever the Gen Z's been called it. That includes me. But hey, they're gonna be coming up here big, popping off the Purify from Shizu. Maybe the plan is to put the pressure on the gold, but this is an unusual rotation that we're seeing from DNC.
Yeah, Chapto forcing Nova to go 2v2 in the gold lane, which opens up the jungler a bit more for, well, both of them really, but you really want to open up the jungle for the Harley?
Oh, well, this does lead to James Banks stealing a small camp down bottom. 3mar checking in to push him out of there to prevent damage more. Oh, here comes Zyda. Phantom Steed pops a retry on a Nova. Where'd the purple go? Was the theft involved?
Huh.
I missed it. What does James look like right now?
Yeah, I'm trying to see. Zyda has it, or maybe it hasn't come back yet because
okay, so yeah, it went to the right place, but now Zyda crossed in a little too deep behind enemy lines. And he serves up first blood to James. What the hell is going on?
Stepped too far. TNC, the jungler is isolated, and AP BREN just stung him all together.
Uncharacteristic of the best jungler in Season 16.
That's pretty tough when you think about it, because AP BREN, they're showing their second wind so far. Just 2 minutes of this game. Fortunately, Zyda's going to be having some time to be able to get back into this turtle fight. But that first blood going to James Banks, to be specific, that's big.
This is tough because TNC, sure, it looks like AP BREN is delaying, but it's not like this turtle's going to be free. AP BREN, James Banks are taking the orange, but there's no vision. Here comes the Phantom Steed, plus the Crimson Bacon. Zyda takes down LBJ, and 3mar secures a turtle.
You know what? They'll take whatever they can get, because again, 3mar taking on that turtle and want a turnaround from TNC.
Yeah, and good call here. They threaten a potential steal in the orange buff, but it's just to drive a little bit of fear into the heart of James Banks. Oh, and he saved it as well, expecting that Chapman was gonna try to steal it.
Okay, another Crimson Beacon by Aqua. Token up Chaknu. Can the Mama get away? No! Tsunami slam by Nova. Puts a period on that question.
Yeah, good responses back and forth. TNC went for the invade afterwards, and then AP BREN blocked Chaknu.
Oh!
Magic.
Zyda momentum into Phantom Steed, but it's between 3 underneath the turret. What were you expecting, Mama Coco?
My goodness. Zyda just stepping in uncharted territories here that belongs to AP BREN. The tower lines dishing out some damage as well. TNC living on the edge over the first 3 minutes.
Chaknu getting vision and marks Nova and James Banks well, so they stop any play towards Shizu up top. Lots of questionable, overly aggressive decisions, but hey, if that's the tempo that they want to set, and then that could bait out AP BREN into making mistakes, then why not, right? For now, we will judge. Just for now.
Hey, they're not here for a long time, they're here for a good time.
Yeah.
For a good time with 200 gold in their hands.
And it's working out.
It is working out, even though, despite them, you know, trailing by just a kill, they're holding their own, to be specific, against LBJ, who was the victim of the death from a while ago. As 3mar, trying to remember if he was using the Master Assassin again, because the damage was slowly felt too.
I don't remember a Master A coming out.
Uh-oh, LVJ. Shifting skies, thunder form, almost takes out 3mar. 3mar lives, and now they clap back. 3mar finds kill. Zyda almost found. James Banks, and 3mar finds him with the hat. And now it's a 2v2 still, 3mar and Zyda. Here comes Chaknu, Tsunami slam on Zyda. Zyda walks away. Ult by Chaknu almost takes down Nova. Flickers out of sure death.
Yeah, baby, call on Fediwap. TNC is online.
It seems like... Welcome back to the world, by the way, Freddy Wapa. For AP BREN,
yeah,
that looked like they we're trying to match the aggression the TNC were showing. The theory that I had that maybe all of this aggression is to bait AP BREN into doing something, and they did the thing, then TNC punished them. So now I'm no longer judging, I am now appreciating what could be a good call. But I will say this, I'm looking back at the TNC room right now, Coach Ethermax looks so stressed, dude.
Whoa! Look at this! TNC pushing the advantage as they take the turtle and take down Nova.
And they're waiting for KLVJ to appear. In fact, the King is no longer going to be insinuating a fight. He's just going to be backing away from that. But the ultimate has been copied by Lancy. Now the Hunger Games begin. Zaida will be starving James Banks again. This is jungler number 2 for a man with a million moves, but AP BREN can't make a single one against the Phoenix Army.
Zaida's taking James' lunch money. That's a malnourished little magical baby boy.
Oh man, a battle mage without lunch money is pretty tough to deal
Yeah,
with.
he's far off from the BFB. Crimson Beacon here by Aqua. Purifies from sure death. Fist crack from Chakra already used up. Shifting Skies! Answered by a Phantom Steed as Zaida looks to take down the King. Tsunami Slam by Nova underneath tier 2. TNC are still fighting. Brrr, defensive blazing to wet by Benny. BMIL holding on to his Purify. AP BREN hold their ground. I don't think they're going to be able to protect this tier 1 though.
Honestly, for AP BREN, you will take it. No casualties have been given. You may be losing a turret at the middle, but you were able to translate it to the turret up top.
Yeah, as long as Shizo isn't dying, the lack of damage coming out of AP BREN will be rewarded later on as long as Shizo gets a bit more items and a bit more time. But TNC know this, and they open up their map a little bit more. There is a slight lead for Shizo, but that's because he's been left in lane just a little bit more, and he's been able to split push through the sides. Now, I wonder, will he have enough? Instead of just a corrosion, doesn't have DHS yet. Maybe once he has like DHS or golden staff, then the carry will. Oh, there. Okay, there's the golden staff. AP BREN should be able to find the next big one, but they just have to make sure the Shizo doesn't fall. The goal is simple: just keep the carry alive in the next fight. See if you can get one. If it looks like TNC can just run over you through their Leomord with your attempt to continue the fight, then you back off, sacrifice bodies for the carry if you have to, and maybe if you can also just make sure James Max doesn't go down.
Yeah,
but TNC will be able to burn through this turtle way too quickly. All major objectives go to the side of the Phoenix Army, while AP BREN will have to play on the defense. Here's the conceal.
Yeah.
Chaknu looking for bodies. I don't think they're aware there's no one here.
Yeah, they were looking for Shizu. Last seen up top. I was about to ask Renmer a while ago, when is the perfect time for this carry to appear in the team fights? And he's already laid it down for us. TNC, on the other hand, Benny Cutie was involved in the very aggressive take that they had in between the inner and outer turrets at the mid lane. So for TNC, they're just going to keep doing it.
Yeah, Favor now activated for the Kalea. So there should be a little bit more sustain coming out of the roamer of AP BREN, meaning that's a bit more time for Shizo to free hit and see if he could get someone down.
Just looking at it again, they're going to be forcing this top lane. It seems like AP BREN is looking to fight back, but without the carry, all that is left is to defend, and they're doing their best.
Oh, they do get the choke down on 2-3 Mar, but they answer back with violence.
Oh, Lancy.
Stolen Shifting Skies by Lancy, forcing on a Crimson Beacon out of Aqua. TNC keeping a tight unit. Are they aware of what Shizo is up to? Shizo here is committing crimes, straight up felonies, stealing away the purple.
We need to get out of there right away. Because they know that they're probably going to lose their own purple buff here. Zaida and TNC are going to steal it away.
I mean, they should have seen via the wave down bottom that there's a purple aura underneath the carry, so touche.
Oh my goodness. It's just, you know, AP BREN making some moves. TNC is fighting back, dishing some damage as well. All of the eggs are on Shizu's basket as of the moment, and the 4 are just left to tend for their land as TNC are forcing their way throughout the inhibitors. But with some of the defenses and the shields, it's going to be a little bit harder, but they're going to wait for their time to shine.
Brute Force Breastplate here for the Harley. It's only a 1,000 plus deficit. Also, there isn't a big gap between the two mid laners, so that's a comforting thought for the AP BREN fans out there. Lancy, though, definitely way more impact as he can steal the form of the Sora and dish out way more damage compared to this juice in.
Yeah, just look at this. As soon as the information that he was up top was going to be there, attacking again.
Tsunami Slam onto 3mar. Shifting Skies committed as well, but 3mar ain't having any of it. KLVJ gets taken down. Very cute. He sets up a kill to Zaida. Down goes Aqua. The fish hit the fan, and TNC are pushing forth. Lord Spawns up top.
And they knew that they could take that fight because that carry was sent up top to split push, meaning AP BREN still had no damage and was still lacking. Why they overcommitted onto that Uranus way too quickly is a big question I have in my head.
It's going to be a 3v5 situation. There's still going to be some pushes from the turret to stop the first wave from happening, but we still have the side lanes coming up next, and TNC very much aware of that. They're just cleaning real estate here from the side of AP BREN. And with that being said, the Bees are going to be staying alive, but not without the turret that is about to be attacked and pushed down by the Lord up top.
Yeah, it seems like at this point we might be heading into game number 3 with how AP BREN have been playing this. Not the same. They don't have an EXP laner that they can easily just pick off anymore.
Oh! Nova looking for an engage, finds one Tsunami Slam on a Chaknu. The Mamba flickers out, catching a face of Deadly Magics too. And just like that, TNC are eating ults like it's nothing.
Yeah, a 5k gold gap, even if it's a full send onto one, anyone who's of relative tankiness, they can still, AP BREN can still blast the Claude, they can blast the Valentina, but then they still have to burn through a Purify for that if ever. Yeah, time is what they need. And Shizo is still getting a lot of farm, still hasn't gotten taken down. The gap now, though, worryingly enough, is starting to grow in favor of the Valentina. Need a second item on that juice in, and you might have to wait for third for big impact. It's already a brute force breastplate and a endless battle locked in for the Leomord. Not going to be an easy target. 3 items as well for the Uranus. No way in hell you're going to be taking him down. As we saw earlier, Chaknu just built up a BFB. He also can be taken down easily. AP BREN need to play these fights slowly. Maybe save the Tsunami Slam for a little bit later in the fight and allow KLVJ to set first.
Yeah, I think those team fights are really going to be of the essence for the Bees, because even their wave clear, honestly, isn't really the best when you look at it, as those attacks coming in from the inhibitors would really matter once TNC gets this Lord. So slowly but surely, AP BREN is coming out of their base, but Conceal is going to be coming up next.
Oh, Chaknu finds Kiel. Does not pop the fist crack just yet. Puts up a wall though, forcing that Sora to dash on out. It's been tough as Kiel, man. 0-3-0.
Dude, that was dangerous coming out of Nova. He cancelled his recall. He tried to at least find a way to create another opportunity for the Bees, but TNC not having any of that. They're just going to be waiting for the next Lord to spawn up.
I don't think opportunities are what they need right now. Again,
No.
Still time. They need more farm, and then that's when they can fight. Tsunami Slam should be used defensively for the most part.
Yeah. Again, as we mentioned, just allow the Sora to set up. Nova needs to peel. You also have a bit of a big crowd control set, even though people don't think of it like that, through the juice in. They have the tools. They just don't need... They don't need to blow all their resources into 1 or 2 targets. Spread them out throughout a fight and then shock TNC that way. So when they're trying to chase you thinking that, okay, here comes our Leomord, here comes our Blazing Duet, because they ran out of resources. You still have resources to shock them, but look at that damage coming out of Lancy.
Okay, to be fair, Renmo, what you're saying is easier said than done.
Yeah, yes, definitely.
When TNC want you, oh, they want you.
Bro, AP BREN, Aqua, as soon as he felt the damage, he was like, all right, boys, no chance in hell we're going to get this one. We're going to have to back away.
They still hurt. We need five more minutes.
They still hurt, boys. 5 minutes is what it takes. The question is, do they still have the 5 minutes in them? Because 6.4k is the gold lead of TNC Pro Team. And with the Lord marching right up top, they're going to have to do their best to defend this. But with a carry, a Harley, and super minions marching down the AP BREN base, will they be able to defend?
It will be very tough to defend this. If they walk away with even just 1 inhibitor turret still alive,
Or their base.
That's a miracle.
Looking at it again. Slowing it down. The calm before the storm is about to arrive, and now turrets, inhibitors are starting to come down.
Top lane has already been broken down. Mid lane will follow shortly. Bottom lane, James Panks desperately trying to clear that siege minion through. And AP BREN, they get to take care of the Lord too. So this is a glass half full situation. I think they do get maybe 3 more minutes at least in this game.
But there's still the next wave. They don't need to make any sudden movements here.
Okay, 3mar gets choked up. Zaida calls in his Ducati, running through, smashes that bottom lane inhibitor, and just like that, base is bare.
Yeah, that's the second wave of the super minions. That will always be a problem. TNC has easily managed to take it, and I believe that 3mar is going to be walking out of that easily. Phoenix Army balling down the base.
I'll be real with you, that Deadly Magics combo almost looked pleasant to 3mar.
Yeah, he was very happy about that. Shotgun Lancy, great angle. But that nerves, trigger discipline, you know what, let's just say they're playing it safe. They do have an 8,000 gold lead. They don't need to force anything. They're gonna have advantage in the next Lord fight. Zaida now has a Malefic Roar. Should be as good as over and us going to game number 3. It's a very small window of a possible turnaround. Jacknu!
Oh! Concealed by the Mamba, looking for targets, spotted by Nova. Nova, again, I love the trigger discipline. He knows that they have to still play defensively.
Yeah, and they also know that they're playing with a handicap in their team, as all the inhibitors are finally taken out. The super minions will continuously be marching onto their base, and not to mention TNC is holding a really big lead with a 7.6k gold lead. So the Phoenix Army can just wait here, because 3mar has all the confidence in the world to face check all of the other members of AP BREN just because of the kits that he has.
After 16 minutes, Aqua can finally tell TNC, guys, I'm ready to get stacks on my Skypiercer. 16 minutes! He went through the Elegant Gem, Glowing Wand, got the Wishing Lantern, and now he is right here on the Skypiercer.
Dude, when do the stacks usually happen? It doesn't happen at 16.
Way
but hold on,
earlier.
the Conceal Action happens now.
Nova looking for targets. Lansky and Benny not having any of this. 3mar putting
Yeah,
up a
it's free.
wall. And this is still a free Lord.
Yeah, they really tried to go for it yet again. Conceal as a Hail Mary play. But no prayers were answered, as TNC is going to be taking this all to themselves. They're even slowing it down for 1 second.
Yeah, surprising. They decided to play that Conceal with minions marching in towards their side. Free Lord for TNC as expected. Again, can AP BREN find another miracle? They have the Skypiercer for Aqua. 3 items main locked in for the Juice In, but Lancy is already up to a Divine Glaive. Seems like he's going to be going for a Winter Crown, or maybe his own Skypiercer as a Juice In cosplay if he's feeling it. Rose Gold Meteor for Chaknu. So that's even more attack speed, sustainability for himself as a hybrid offensive-minded. But damn.
Whoop, whoop. The Mamba walks in on Aqua. Aqua answers back. This is a little dangerous. Forces the Crimson Beacon back. The Lord is here. 3mar comes in. Phantom Steed by Zaida. Answer with a Tsunami Slam. Shifting skies. Aqua's down. Bad executed. The damage from Shizo is real. And Nova here taken down, but Shizo takes 3mar with him. Double kill for the Silent, but the base is in jeopardy. We're going